What do you think is the cause of poverty in Jamaica?
The cause of poverty in Jamaica is very little job opportunities and very poor educational system.
What do you think would be the most beneficial way to increase the economy and therefore decreasing the amount of poverty?
Well, that's a very tall order because what you're going to have to do is to have some outside entity or company or someone come and invest in the country. Invest in the country as far as increasing the quality of the schools as well as bringing jobs to the island in terms of manufacturing and other jobs that people need an education so that they can raise their incomes and advance themselves.
What is the most popular profession in Jamaica?
Oh, that's easy. Growing marijuana for export as well as local consumption.
What was the most popular profession when you were growing up in Jamaica?
Well, by popular, if you mean what people liked or what most people did, I would say that what most people did was unskilled labor.
Such as?
Construction, digging ditches, building roads, laying concrete, planting marijuana fields. you know, stuff that doesn't require a lot of education.
How much money do you think an average Jamaican makes per day?
Well, if I had to guess off the top of my head, I think it's about $10 a day.
Do you believe poverty has grown to be a greater problem in Jamaica since you lived there?
Yes.
Why or why not? Well, why?
Why? Because the country has gone more and more into debt to countries that extend credit to them, and there's not a lot to show for it in terms of increased production or output in terms of goods and services that people want. And the more that you go into debt, then the less able that you are able to afford things. So therefore, the goods and services that are provided by the government, then that quality starts to go down, and one of which is education.
How has education changed since you went to school in Jamaica?
It's probably gotten worse. I can't say offhand, but I think that I wouldn't be surprised if it's gotten worse. And for the most part, I don't see where it's going to get better. It's going to be one in which there's government education, which is barely adequate, and then there is good or superior education that only people with money can afford, and that only comes through private schools. So here we have that classic case of a dichotomy of educational opportunities. You have the money, you can afford the private schools, you get a great education, and that comes with an opportunity to go abroad, to go to college. If you stay in the public school system, your chances of getting into a college abroad or getting into the local colleges and universities are very, very small, unfortunately.
How do you view tourism in Jamaica and its effect on the economy?
Well, tourism is extremely important. It is the major source of income for the island in terms of U.S. dollars and foreign exchange.
How do you believe Jamaicans feel towards tourists?
Source of income.
How do you think their attitude is towards them?
Get as much money out of them as you can.
Are you proud of the country you grew up in? Why or why not?
Well, I haven't been there in a long time. No, lived there in a long time. But if I had to say, I'm probably not proud of the country as it exists now, but I am very proud of the country that I grew up in. And we're talking about the period late 60s, early 70s, mid 70s. The situation in which I grew up in, there were blacks, there were whites, there were Chinese, there were Indians, and nobody thought of themselves better than anybody else. And We all played sports together. We all communicated with each other. We're all friends with each other. And I think that then it would have served as a model of really true racial harmony, because that was a good time back then. And I think that it could serve as a model for the rest of the world. Things were great until, of course, in 1972 they elected that, I would say, Obama precursor. His name was Michael Manley. Had a great way of fooling people, promising things that he could not deliver. And people took it hook, line, and sinker. And here we are now.
How do you think politics have played the role in increasing poverty in Jamaica?
A major, major, major role. In fact, I would say that it is the prime reason that Jamaica finds itself in the situation that it is in now. So do I have my family come up and I hug them and everything? And oh, that's his daughter. Ooh.
Thank you for being with us, Raymond Liao.
Well, it was my pleasure. And if I can help you in any way whatsoever in the future, you just let me know. Just call my agent and make an appointment.
All right, will do.